Welcome back to Only Talk Sports, where we talk sports every single day, or at least we try to. Subscribe to the channel for more sports content. Hit that notification bell so you never miss another video. We are trucking on with our previews and predictions for week 2 in college football. And up next, we have a massive SEC East football game, Kentucky at Florida. This is a very interesting game because Kentucky last year went 10-3. They had a great season, but the caveat was that they had the easiest schedule in the SEC. And I'm not saying Kentucky wasn't a good football team, because they were, but a lot of people overhyped Kentucky, especially going to that Georgia game last year, and they got floored because they just are not on Georgia's level. But are they on Florida's level? Let's find out. Mark Stoops has done a great job at Kentucky. He has turned them around. They were not a good football program for a long time, but he actually has them playing quality football, and even to the point where John Calipari at Kentucky basketball is threatened a little bit by the fact that Kentucky football might actually be a little bit better than Kentucky basketball. I don't think so, but money wise, probably for sure, because the fans are engaged and everybody's happy with Kentucky football. Quarterback Will Levis, transfer from Penn State. He's a good quarterback. Will Levis, he can run, he can throw, he makes all the plays. A lot of people even think he could be a first round draft pick in the NFL. I don't know about that, but he is good, and he's definitely helped Kentucky out throwing the football, because in the past when they had Terry Wilson, he was not a great thrower, but he could run a little bit. But now they got better quarterback play. Running back Kaviosi Smoke. They just call him Smoke because his first name is hard to pronounce, but he's a very talented running back. Didn't have a lot of yards against Miami, Ohio last week, even though Kentucky did win 37-13. But he still can run the football. Wide receiver Tavion Robinson. He leads a decent receiving corps for the Kentucky Wildcats. And on the defensive side of the ball, they have linebackers J.J. Weaver, defensive backs Andrew Phillips, defensive back Kadron Smith, and defensive lineman Trayvon Rebecca. I think that's how you pronounce that last name. Sometimes I mess these up. I don't mean to, but they're just hard to pronounce. But Kentucky's got a talented defensive group. Kentucky's definitely upgraded the talent overall on offense and defense from what they were a few years ago. Because, my dad, he watches a lot of Kentucky football, as he likes the basketball team. And again, Kentucky was terrible, and now he's just used to them going 8, 9, 10 wins. So again, that's a revelation of what Mark Stoops has done at Kentucky. On the Florida side, Florida went 6-7 last year, and Dan Mullen got fired. But this year, they start off the season winning a massive game over the Utah Utes. It was at home, but what a big win for Billy Napier in his first game as head coach. I will say this is massive for Florida in general, because now it's going to give them the confidence to beat Kentucky, because you just beat Utah, and it's at home again. And Florida went from unranked to now being ranked 12th, and Kentucky's still at 20th. So Kentucky went from being the higher ranked team in this matchup to now Florida's the higher ranked team, which perception wise does wonders for Florida. Anthony Richardson, he's going to be a top 15 draft pick if he stays healthy. He is talented. He can run. The throwing game maybe has to improve a bit for him, but he can run. Nobody can stop this guy when he's fully engaged. This he's not maybe at the Lamar Jackson level yet, but man, and he might even be better at when he gets to his peak talent. He's fantastic. Running back Montrell Johnson and running back Trevor Etienne is a double-headed monster at tailback. Of course, Trevor Etienne is Travis Etienne's younger brother, former running back for Clemson, now it's with the Jaguars in the NFL, and his brother should be an NFL player as well. Wide receiver Xavier Henderson and wide receiver Ricky Parasol are both very talented receivers, especially Xavier Henderson. And on the defense, they got defensive backs Amari Burney, safety Trey Dean III, and defensive lineman Tariq Sapp. All good defensive players. They lead a good defensive crew for Florida. But Florida's offense, what shined in week 1, a lot of people did not know that their offense was going to be that clicking in week 1 against a really good Utah team, but they did. And I'm just looking at these two rosters, and I'm just looking at Florida's more talented. We didn't really know for sure coming into the season how good Florida was going to be, but the talent showed itself in week 1. And Kentucky is a really good football team, but their record was inflated last year with an easier schedule. I have Florida winning this game. I think the momentum is going to continue into week 2. It's at home. Kentucky's going to put up a great fight, but I got them losing to Florida 35-24. I think the Gators are going to chomp their way to a victory over the Kentucky Wildcats. Unfortunately for Mark Stoops, he's still going to have a good season, but he's not going to win at the Swamp in this game. Subscribe to the channel for more sports content. Comment down below what you think, whether Florida's going to win or Kentucky and why. Like this video, and I will see you next time.